gtd.com.
This morning, only on GMA, the parents and in-laws of TB patient Andrew Speaker speak out. Did they encourage risky behavior? What about the risk to their young daughter and grandchild? And what about the father-in-law who turns out to be the TB expert at the CDC? Do they have the final pieces in a medical mystery? Last night, the Democrats do battle over votes on the war in Iraq. Who won the first round? We've got the photo finish. And overnight, Paris behind bars, from the red carpet to a 12-by-8 jail cell. And good morning, America. I'm Diane Sawyer.
And I'm Robin Roberts. Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. It is June 4th, 2007. And a lot still being said about Andrew Speaker.
This morning you will hear from the parents and in-laws of the man in the middle of the international uproar, a family under fire, defending their actions. For instance, joining him in Europe for that wedding. And what about his father-in-law, who is one of the laboratory experts at the CDC in tuberculosis? You're going to hear from all of them this morning.
You know, that kind of connection made everybody just raise their eyebrows a little bit. Also making headlines this week, what is being billed as a never-before-seen look inside the marriage of Bill and Hillary Clinton. Do they have a so-called secret pact that's helped their marriage endure? We're going to talk to the authors of this controversial new book.
And later on, a new twist on another of those stories of anger mismanagement. This is a manager, another nuclear meltdown. Little fans quaking in the stands there. What is the story of this man? You'll hear it. That's ahead. But let's begin all of this with Chris Cuomo in the morning's news. Chris.
Morning, Diane, Robin, and good morning, everyone. Well, there's still 17 months and counting until Election Day, but you wouldn't know it watching the Democrats debate in New Hampshire. The main issue last night, Iraq, a military and now political battleground with plenty of friendly fire. GMA weekend anchor Kate Snow has more.
Well, I think it's the difference between leading and following.
Running third in national polls of Democrats, John Edwards came out swinging, criticizing the way Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama handled their votes last month against the Iraq funding bill.
Well, Senator Clinton and Senator Obama did not say anything about how they were going to vote until they appeared on the floor of the Senate, voted. They were among the last people to vote. There is a difference between making clear, speaking to your followers, speaking to the American people.
John, the fact is that I opposed this war from the start. So you were about 4.5 years late on leadership on this issue.
Clinton stayed above the fray, focusing her barbs on Republicans.
The differences among us are minor. The differences between us and the Republicans are major, and I don't want anybody in America to be confused.
Health care was mentioned more than 30 times.
It is shameful that in the 21st century, we have 47 million of our fellow citizens without health care coverage.
And there was this suggestion after an audience question on the situation in Darfur.
We need to lean on China, which has enormous leverage over Darfur. And if the Chinese don't want to do this, we say to them, maybe we won't go to the Olympics.
Richardson said he'd be glad to use former President Bill Clinton as a roving ambassador. Former Senator Mike Gravel agreed.
It'd be good. He could take his wife with him. He'll still be in the Senate.
For Good Morning America, Kate Snow, ABC News, New York.
Now from the politics to the reality of war in Iraq. The military reports at least 16 troops have died since Friday. Most of them were killed by roadside bombs. Now, this latest report comes as the success of the U.S. troop surge is being called into question by the military. Commanders tell the New York Times, despite thousands of additional troops, American and Iraqi forces control fewer than 1/3 of Baghdad's neighborhoods, far short of the military's initial goal. A plot to bomb a fuel pipeline in New York's JFK airport was foiled thanks to the work of an unlikely informant. Authorities say the informant, a convicted drug dealer, was so convincing the suspects believed he was sent by Allah. One suspect is in custody here in the United States. 2 are in Trinidad. A 4th suspect is still missing. President Bush heads to Europe today to meet with foreign leaders ahead of the G8 summit. He faces a spat with Russian President Vladimir Putin over plans to build a missile defense system in the Czech Republic. And finally, we have a real-life Rip Van Winkle for you. This man woke up after 19 years in a coma. Jan Gruzewski was hit by a train in 1988 when his native Poland was still under communist rule. While the world was busy changing, his wife patiently took care of him every day for 19 years. He's now awake in what he calls a much prettier world, and he gives his wife all the credit for his recovery, and rightly so. He's doing great. That's the news at 7:05. 4 kids, all married, 11 grandkids. He woke up, he didn't have to live through any of that crying.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking like a guy who's still changing diapers.
Right, exactly.
Good luck, Chris.
Hi, Sam.
Hey.
Good morning. How is everybody?
Good.
Happy Monday. I'm doing pretty good. We'll get a little rain in the New York City area and all the way up through Boston this morning. A lot of folks are saying this was an okay thing, though, for Barry because it took care of the big drought that was in the southeast. Yeah, it was inconvenient and a little dangerous in some places. All tropical systems are as they move through, but let's get to the boards. We'll show you exactly what it looks like outside. Once, and look, this is I-4 along Orlando, where they were getting 3-4 inches of rain. A lot of heavy rain in that area, of course, made road surfaces slick. One thing to remember when you're driving on roads, right after it rains, all the oil on that tar surface comes right up and becomes slippery on the road. So immediately when it starts raining, that's the worst driving conditions you can ever see if you're out there on those rain-slick roads. Now, we're looking at the radar and we're looking down toward Atlantic City right now. A lot of that rain, of course, is going to travel all the way up toward the Boston area during the day today. So Hartford, a lot of locations there, picking up 1 to 3 inches of rain by the time it's all said and done. Rough surf conditions as well all along the northeastern coastline because we know what's left of Barry is that low that continues to travel that direction. Strong to severe storms in Texas, also Omaha looking for Spokane. These areas will see some very active thunderstorms during the day today. It's Monday. We'll get through it. That's the weather around the nation. Here's what you can expect this morning.
For today, periods of showers and thunderstorms out there. High of 67 at the airport, 70 in the valleys. Overnight lows stay pretty mild, about 59 along the hilltops, 56 in the valleys. Some lingering showers still out there overnight tonight. More, in fact, for tomorrow with some showers and thunderstorms. High of 68, 70 and sunny on Wednesday. More sunshine and 80 on Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms on Friday, 84. Mid to upper 70s on Saturday and Sunday with a few showers.
Premier leather collections on display at Ellis Brothers, downtown Binghamton.
Okay, Sam, thanks. But first, more news this morning about Andrew Speaker, who has begun his first round of experimental medicine for the deadliest form of tuberculosis at the National Jewish Medical Center in Denver. The CDC says it has now made contact with more than half of the 292 U.S. citizens on Speaker's May 12th flight, the one from Atlanta to Paris, including all of the 26 passengers in the 5 rows nearest to Speaker. No word on whether they are all going to be tested, as officials continue to say the risk is extremely low. But you'll remember that last week he talked about confusion, panic, and apologized to any of those he made afraid.
I just hope they can find a way to forgive me for putting them in harm, because I didn't mean to, and I really didn't think I was. That's just not how I've lived my life, and that's not the kind of person that I think my past shows that I am, and I am very, very sorry.
So what about his parents, accused of joining reckless behavior? This morning, for the first time, all 4 parents of Speaker and his wife, Sarah, talk about their controversial roles in his decisions and challenge government health officials on their competence and compassion. Andrew's parents are Ted, a lawyer and a 3-tour veteran of Vietnam. His mother is Cheryl Speaker. Andrew's father-in-law is Dr. Robert Cooksey, a PhD who, in fact, studies TB in a lab at the CDC. And Andrew's new mother-in-law is Betsy Jenny Cooksey, a 6th-grade teacher. Speaker's father and father-in-law, by the way, both attended that meeting with health officials right before his first flight to Europe for the long-planned wedding that caused a global uproar.
I think the best way to explain it for myself and my family, my friends, we're in hell, and we want to get out of hell.
So, was this reckless?
No.
I don't feel it was reckless at all.
No, we would not have allowed. We are not people of reckless behavior.
Nor is Andrew.
Nor is Andrew.
And we all went to Greece without worries of any kind of contagious situation.
And do you think that this man who is an expert in TB, do you think that this man, if he had thought that there was any danger whatsoever to his only child and his only grandchild, that he would have allowed this to happen?
Well, we were told that these induced sputum tests that he had were negative to that point, and so by the guidelines, he was not considered infectious.
But what about the meeting before they left? Local health officials claim they did say that he would put others at risk.
Let me explain this. We asked him repeatedly during that meeting, is he contagious? All times they said, no, you're not contagious.
Flat out.
Flat out.
No ambiguity.
No doubt you are not contagious. Then he said, of course, I prefer you not to travel. I prefer you to stay here.
Because?
You asked.
He never gave a reason why. I said, well, are you just saying this to cover yourself? And he said, yes. It's, laughed a little bit. It was a friendly little circle. And he said, yeah, I'm saying that to cover myself.
The meeting was taped. Why did you tape?
I tape quite often. This is a natural routine for me.
One reason, he says, he has hearing loss from his time as a helicopter pilot in Vietnam. But he didn't say he was taping. Andrew indicated that it was protective, that it was to get a record.
That's right. For me, my personal record.
But people would say, then why not tell him you're going to tape it?
I just never thought about it. They're correct. If I had to do over again, I would have told them.
So you are going to release the tape at some point?
Yes.
He says that tape will confirm what they say happened. Do they say on tape it is not contagious?
They said on tape it was not contagious.
Not contagious. That's on the tape.
At least 3 times.
And so their son Andrew left for Greece. Local health officials say a couple of days before they would have delivered a letter saying he should not.
My name's in the phone book. Their name's in the phone book. Why? My office is right there. Why don't they just come and present me with a letter? No one did. No one bothered.
But again, people say this is just common sense, right? They say don't try. That if there's a chance that he might have been contagious.
Absolutely. He would have been the first one not to go.
He would have stopped himself.
And his parents certainly would have stopped him. This is one great kid, a smart kid. He would not have gone.
That's how they say the whole family attended the wedding at a restaurant in Greece. A week later, the CDC called, saying the strain of tuberculosis Andrew has is the most drug-resistant. And they tell him to isolate himself in Rome.
They said, you will need to turn yourself in to Italian authorities and face quarantine until this is cured. We don't know that there's a cure. They're doing experimental stuff in Denver.
And with that, they claim the CDC simply walks away. That the CDC now says they were going to help.
I can assure you, if we had had 1 ounce, 1 smidgen, that there was anything, any plans to bring them home, that's all we needed. That's all we needed. We had nothing.
The families say they tried to reach high government officials, congressmen, but instead an officer of the CDC, a Dr. David Kim, told them their only recourse was $100,000 of their own money to rustle up a private plane quickly.
And we said to Dr. Kim, we don't have $140,000. And he said to us on the telephone,
He said, so?
I'm sorry, so.
That's exactly what he said. And when he said that, I knew that his ethics were down in the dumps. I know what the public is thinking.
I think you're rich people.
No, we're not rich people. We are not
We're civil servants.
You know, I'm just a mere school teacher. My husband is a government employee. We're not wealthy people. We work hard, and we're not in careers that are high paying.
So let me ask, every single one of you approved of their decision to come home on a commercial plane?
100%. Absolutely 100%.
I can't answer that question and because I wasn't in that situation, but I probably would have done the very same thing.
Exactly.
But people at home would say, I mean, how can you make a judgment that overrules the CDC?
No, they never told him that anything had changed. And they
ask that
said you are
question.
not contagious.
How do you know what decision you would make in that situation?
But
And
if
when
it's a
you get-
decision,
I'm sorry.
again, if it's a decision between my life and the life of other people on an airplane,
He
is
would
it a
not have been
selfish
dangerous.
choice?
No,
Is it a selfish
And we
choice?
established early on that if he thought he was putting a single person at risk, not the least of which is his new wife, then believe me, he wouldn't have been on a plane from Prague to the South Pole.
And what do you say to the parents and the families of everybody else on those planes?
I don't think they were in danger.
Really, I don't.
And one more question, a question everyone has been pondering. How is it that a scientist studying tuberculosis at the CDC has this happen in his family? People think it's a stunning, is it a coincidence?
It's the height of irony.
Son-in-law.
It's the height of irony that I happen to work in TB research.
Any chance that you have some immunity and that working at the CDC, that you somehow were a bridge from tuberculosis to your son-in-law? People are saying that out there.
That was one of the first facts that we established, that I've never had tuberculosis and I never gave him or anyone else tuberculosis.
Not possible under any circumstance at all.
It is impossible for me to have given him tuberculosis.
Another irony is people thinking that you're a lawyer. Now, they assume looking potentially at a number of lawsuits.
Us being the plaintiff or us being the defendant?
Being the defendant, have you been, anybody indicated, serving you with papers indicating they're going to sue for mental distress or?
I'm there every day. If they want to serve me, go ahead. I am not at fault. My son is not at fault.
Andrew is one great kid. This is his mama speaking, but he's one great kid. You know, you said the word coincidence a few minutes ago, and we are a family of great faith. And I don't believe that things are coincidence. I believe that the greater faith you have, the less that you believe in coincidence. And I wrote Andrew a note a few days ago, and I said to him, I don't believe that God made this happen, but I believe there's a higher purpose here. I'm not sure what it is, but I know that when God has a special mission, he chooses the very best he can find. And he has chosen the very best you can find, and that's Andrew Speaker.
And Mrs. Speaker says she hopes one of those purposes will be that health officials and the CDC examine the truth of the way they handled this situation. In our next half hour, we will hear from Sarah Speaker again, Andrew's wife, and she's going to talk about the new tests her husband has been given, and also her family is going to talk about how they really feel about her marriage to someone with this disease. Robin?
Look forward to that, Diane, but we're going to move on now to the race for 08. It's a big week for President Bush as Congress prepares to do battle over the delicate immigration bill, just one of the highly charged topics that was batted around at last night's Democratic debate in New Hampshire. For more on that, we are joined by our chief Washington correspondent, George Stephanopoulos. It was a big difference from the previous debate, a little more aggressive.
It was a debate.
Yeah,
it was a real debate last night. They
what jumped out at you?
Well, the clash on Iraq, number one. But listen, Hillary Clinton went into the debate last night as a front runner. Look at our poll. She was ahead 42%, Barack Obama 27%, John Edwards 11%. She came in the front runner. She left the front runner. John Edwards was aggressive on Iraq. Barack Obama hit back saying, wait a second, you voted for the war 4.5 years ago. But the strongest, best moment of the night belonged to Hillary Clinton when she was asked, do you agree with John Edwards when he says the war on terror is just a bumper sticker? Take a look.
No, I do not. I am a senator from New York. I have lived with the aftermath of 9/11. I believe we are safer than we were. We are not yet safe enough.
That was a gutsy move. The crowd did not necessarily agree with her, but she was connecting with the broad majority of Americans who are worried about security.
I hadn't heard that from her before.
Not that clearly.
Not like that clearly. Also, when you brought up the ABC News Washington Post poll, of course, immigration, very hot topic, especially this week with legislation pending. It seems like President Bush is losing his base because in the latest poll that just came out, his numbers, as far as Republicans are concerned, 45%. That's a drop from 61% in April. What do
He's
you
not
make of
losing
this?
his base. They are running away from him. They do not like this bill. They do not like the president's position. They believe he's basically abandoning them. Now, the president and his allies, and I talked to some of them this morning, still believe they're going to be able to get this bill through the Senate this week, but it's going to be a very, very tough ride in the House, and Republican base voters are very angry about this.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen on any issue below 50%. George, thanks a lot for your insight. We appreciate that. We'll be right back.
Coming up on Good Morning America, a new nuclear meltdown at home plate. Why couldn't this manager hold it together? What's his story? Plus, the marriage of Bill and Hillary Clinton. A new book says a 20-year power contract is the secret weapon of their survival.
It's not just the sun you should care about. It's your sunscreen. SPF only measures UVB rays, not UVA rays. Rays that can cause skin damage, skin aging, and skin cancer. That's why Neutrogena created Ultra Sheer with Helioplex. It provides the highest level of UVA and UVB protection there is. Unless your sunscreen has Helioplex, you're not using the best protection. Helioplex, exclusively in Neutrogena products. No wonder Neutrogena Sunblock is recommended most by dermatologists.
I don't understand why we're using the kiosk while everyone else is waiting in line.
Well, because no one knows about it yet, Mo. We're ahead of the curve.
I don't know, Al. My inner herd instinct is telling me to stay with the group.
Just stay here while I get the car.
Stay, or go. I'm gonna go.
Mo! Mo! The new kiosk from Alamo. Fight your herd instinct. Skip the line.
I don't buy into the whole magic pill thing. When I quit smoking, I wanted something with a track record. So I got Nicoderm CQ.
Nicoderm CQ is the only clear patch with smart control, an extra layer that releases a steady stream of nicotine. Get serious. Get Nicoderm CQ.
This show's my favorite.
Mine too.
Hey, did you know some species of ants can bite and sting? Like the ones under our carpet.
I'm calling Terminex.
What does your home know that you don't? For the ultimate protection more families rely on, call 1-800-TERMINEX.
Dieting and exercising? Heard the news about new one-a-day Weight Smart Advanced?
Come on, tell me more.
This complete multivitamin now gives you nutritional and energy support through a unique blend of guarana and other ingredients. New one-a-day Weight Smart Advanced.
When Walter got hurt on the job, he was out of work for almost a year.
We would have lost this house if it hadn't been for the disability insurance.
It's insurance that he didn't think that we needed.
Mutual of Omaha.
She always brings that up.
Begin today.
Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen, Porsche. With 4 great brands and a top-notch sales team, it's time to graduate to luxury. EmpireMotorCar.com, June summer sale.
Everybody, this is the song. Ooh, I love the way you love me. Do-do-do-do-do. All I wanna do is have some fun. I got a feeling.
St. Anthony's Italian Feast Days, June 8th, 9th, and 10th in Endicott. Italian foods and cafe, kids games, a chicken barbecue, and entertainment all weekend long. June 8th, 9th, and 10th in Endicott.
It's time to catch up with Valerie again. Valerie, how do you like Jenny Craig's food?
Lunch, maybe an enchilada.
Valerie.
Hold on, Christy. Chow mein, lasagna.
Valerie, got a sec?
Just deciding. Jenny's plan has so many choices, it's easy for me to stick to. I lost 18 pounds in just 7 weeks.
That's great. You know, I lost 75 pounds.
Huh? I'm sorry, Christy, I wasn't listening.
I said...
Call 1-800-JENNY20 today and lose 20 pounds for $20 plus the cost of food.
Have you called Jenny yet?
Pizza!
Spots can be many things. Sometimes they're fashionable, sometimes dangerous. They can even be entertaining. But when they're on your drinking glasses, spots are just downright annoying. The problem is hard water spots. But a Culligan water softener can help get rid of them throughout your home, saving you time and money on cleaning. So for better water that fits any budget, call your Culligan man today.
There was your first birthday.
your first steps, your first bike ride. Life is filled with firsts, and so are we at GHS. The GHS Federal Credit Union offers many first-time financial services for members. We've created unique ideas if you're seeking your first car loan, your first credit card, the first checking account of your life, even your first home loan. If you're about to borrow or save for the first time and begin one of life's next big steps, talk to GHS. We offer the relationship of a lifetime.
Streaming video of local news stories available anytime at newschannel34.com. This is News Channel 34 Daybreak.
Good morning. Welcome to this News Channel 34 Daybreak Update. I'm Bill Cook. Today is Monday, June 4th. Warren Anderson has died at the age of 91. He was Binghamton State Senator from 1953 until 1988 and Senate Majority Leader for the last 15 of those years. According to his law firm Hinman, Howard & Cattell, Anderson died Friday afternoon at Wilson Hospital. Dave Golden was Anderson's colleague and friend and says Andy will be missed by all.
Obviously, we in this area owe a great deal to Senator Anderson because his legislative skills accomplished a great deal for the community.
And a partner of Levine, Golden, and Thompson and Vestal has become president of the nation's largest bar association. Catherine Madigan of Binghamton is the new president of the 72,000-member New York State Bar Association. Madigan brings 28 years of experience to the presidency.
Well, my theme for the year is leadership through service, because I found in my practice that many lawyers are drawn to the profession because of the desire to serve not only the courts, the public, but our communities.
The Cal Harris murder trial is scheduled to resume this morning, and before it adjourned for the weekend, there were more prosecution witnesses. Harris is accused of murdering his wife, Michelle, on September 11, 2001. The big news, recorded testimony by the prosecution's most famous witness, blood spatter expert Dr. Henry Lee, could get thrown out by Judge Martin Smith. Last week at a trial in California, the judge in that case discredited Lee as a forensic blood expert for, quote, stealing evidence from a crime scene. Court was adjourned early so the prosecution and defense could come to an agreement. Lee would either be recalled for testimony in person or the videotape would be played, but the jury would be informed of Lee's alleged criminal action. The Young Women's Christian Association, or YWCA, on Hawley Street in Binghamton is looking better than ever. All 6 floors of the building have been redone and refurnished. New hardwood floors, light fixtures, and paint are all part of a year's effort to help give women who come to the Y a better living situation. And coming up, we'll check Samantha Hensel's Storm Team forecast. You're watching News Channel 34 at Daybreak.
The Storm Team forecast is as close as your computer at newschannel34.com.
It can happen anytime, anywhere, to anyone.
Really?
You can save money on car insurance anytime.
I called at 3 a.m.
There's nothing to it.
New customers saved an average of $339 last year.
Got a house and car discount.
And we saved even more.
They saved me a lot of money. Good, because you owe me 20 bucks.
It's easy. Just call a State Farm agent's office 24/7.
Like a good neighbor?
State Farm is there.
In Vestal, call State Farm agent Brian Mather. And in Owego, Buffy Arball.
Your money talks, and Tioga State Bank listens. You ask for flexibility and competitive interest rates, and Tioga State Bank delivers a full line of deposit services, including a relationship interest checking that offers peace of mind plus benefits to boot, like premium interest rates, check protection, identity theft insurance, and more. Your money talks, TSB listens, and TSB delivers.
Tioga State Bank.
Welcome back, everybody. Samantha Hensel joins us now. A little cloudy outside.
Yes, we have the remnants of a tropical storm actually making their way across the region, so some scattered showers out there for today, maybe even a few thunderstorms. 67 degrees for a high at the airport, 70 in the valleys. Overnight lows stay pretty comfortable, about 59 at the airport, 56 in the valleys. Mostly cloudy skies, still even some lingering showers out there overnight tonight. And our second low pressure system moves in for tomorrow with, of course, some scattered showers and thunderstorms. A high of 68 for tomorrow, 70 and sunny on Wednesday. warming up very quickly by the end of the work week. We're calling for a mix of sun and clouds on Thursday and a high of about 80. Some more showers and thunderstorms for Friday as a cold front moves through. 84 and humid on that day. Behind that system, mid to upper 70s for the weekend. A mix of sun and clouds, maybe a few sprinkles popping up on the weekend as well. So for today, definitely kind of dismal out there.
All right. Thank you very much, Samantha. And that does it for now. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, everybody.
Managers gone wild. That's a minor league manager having a major league meltdown at home plate. Oh, yeah. And we're going to hear from him in a moment. But he's not the only one, and he would be from Mississippi. Managers all over baseball these days are just boiling over like never before. But the serious part of it, you know, little kids are watching, and what kind of message is that sending? Though we do love seeing this video over and over and over
we
again.
do, but also, what is his story? And why can he control it? If he wants to, can he control it? That's what we'll be exploring.
Yeah, when you see him, he was really enjoying the spotlight, it seemed.
All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Diane Sawyer here with Robin Roberts. And also in this half hour, the anatomy of a power couple, endlessly speculated upon, aren't they? Bill and Hillary Clinton, the marriage. Well, authors of a new book say they have cracked the code of the longevity. They say it has something to do with a secret 20-year pact, and we'll hear what they have to say coming up.
But first, Paris Hilton, what a difference a day makes. Last night it was the red carpet. This morning she is waking up behind bars. Yes, serving the first day of her 45-day sentence for violating her probation for driving on that suspended license. Brian Rooney is outside the Los Angeles County Women's Jail with the latest resident there. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Robin. This is the women's jail behind me, and for the next several weeks, pardon me, but it's going to be the concrete Hilton. She had until Tuesday to turn herself in, and suddenly, late last night, that's exactly what she did.
The 26-year-old heiress literally left the party and was driven by her parents to surrender at a sheriff's station in an industrial area southwest of downtown Los Angeles. This video was taken by the website TMZ.com as the Hiltons left all the car windows down for a clear view. Earlier in the evening, Hilton had walked the red carpet at the MTV Awards, where she spoke briefly to reporters.
I'm trying to be strong right now. I'm definitely scared, but I'm ready to face my sentence. And even though this is a really hard time, I have my friends and family and my fans who support me.
Inside, Hilton was the object of off-color jokes by comedian Sarah Silverman.
She is totally going to get special treatment, as a matter of fact.
Hilton squirmed uncomfortably, while Jack Nicholson gave it a big laugh. Hilton's temporary home is a 12-by-8-foot cell that looks something like this. She'll take her meals in there and be allowed out into the common area for at least 1 hour a day. She will be housed in a special interest section of this 2-story concrete jail under a freeway overpass.
In the morning, she'll have cold cereal, hard-boiled egg, and some juice, perhaps in a fruit. At lunchtime, a sandwich of some kind, chips and a juice drink.
Hilton claims she turned down the chance to pay money for a more comfortable jail, although the judge had ruled out alternative imprisonment.
Well, I did have the choice to go to a paid jail, but I declined because I feel like the media portrays me in a way that I'm not. And that's why I wanted to go to county to show that I can do it, and I want to be treated like everyone else, and if I'm going to do the time, I'm going to do it the right way.
This is actually a tough place. There's 2,200 inmates here. We believe she's going to be held in solitary for her own protection. Kathy Hilton, Paris Hilton's mother, said last night that she hopes her daughter will have time to think while she's here and that something good will come out of this. Robin and Diane?
All right, Brian, thank you. Again, it's a 45-day sentence. She is expected to serve about 3 weeks of that sentence.
Yeah, if over those 3 weeks she listens to one story a day of those other women and the lives that they led growing up, that'll be something. Okay, let's turn now to this nuclear meltdown, right? The baseball manager, as we said, lost his cool, channeling his frustrations on home plate. He's not alone, so what kind of message does it send to the fans, really? And also, why did he do it? Could he control it? Ryan Owens has a story.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet Philip Wellman. Wellman is the manager of the minor league Mississippi Braves, and as you can see, he is not a happy camper. Wellman is pretty sure that last pitch was a strike, not a ball, and for him, just arguing wasn't enough. To make his point, he buries home plate, then steals, yes, literally steals third base. And just when you think he's out of steam, he's crawling on his belly like he's behind enemy lines and lobbing a rosin bag like a hand grenade. After that performance, Wellman says his phone will not stop ringing. And with thousands of hits on YouTube, a once unknown minor league manager is now a major internet superstar. He's obviously been studying the form and style of his contemporaries. Just last year, another minor league manager, Joe McCulloch of the Asheville Tourists, put on a similar show. At least he had the decency to wash off home plate.
And here's Lou.
One of the all-time master dirt kickers, Chicago Cubs manager Sweet Lou Piniella, was also ejected this weekend.
There are some times where managers almost deliberately try to make a fiery statement, hoping that their team will catch some of their passion.
Coaches in all sports have gotten a little crazy to fire up their teams. College basketball's Bobby Knight, former NFL coach Mike Ditka, they've certainly let their passions cross the line.
Ooh, he hit it.
But what about the littlest boys and girls of summer who can watch these tirades over and over on the internet? What do they learn?
If you play the game correctly and fairly and quietly and with some dignity, yeah, you know, maybe your mother and your pastor at your church are proud of you, but that's not the fastest way to become famous. And I think that that's a dangerous message we're sending out.
The other message, sometimes the adults are the ones who really need to grow up. For Good Morning America, Ryan Owens, ABC News, New York.
And what did we learn? Crawling on your belly like a snake to the home plate there, to the pitcher's mound. Anyway, time for the weather now, Tim Champion.
Good morning. I'm not sure, Diane, but we had fun watching it. That's what
it was original.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Let's show you what it looks like, and it's today. New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, all coming in with some heavy rain from what's left of Barry. We'll show you that rain moving into the Atlantic City area today. So on 95, no matter where you're going, and it's just really moments away from New York City. We think it'll probably be within the next 20 minutes at that pocket of heavy rain. Long Island involved in that, all the way up toward Providence and also Boston later on today. We'll see that action. Here's where we think in the Northwest there'll be some strong to severe storms. It's a big difference in temperatures after two-day record temperatures in some locations and more in other areas with the 80s. Now in comes that cooler air. Seattle at 65, Eugene at about 70 degrees, Redding, California also at 83 degrees. All of this rain kind of swings in. There'll be some active thunderstorms in that area. As you watch it, kind of eastern Oregon, also eastern Washington, as that front gets into the heat there, you'll kick off some strong thunderstorms. Also Texas, likely to be a little bit active today, also through Louisiana. Those areas we're watching on the board, and there's a little bit of rain, as we said, into the Northeast. That's the weather around the nation. Here's what you can expect this morning.
For today, expect periods of showers and thunderstorms, a high of about 67 along the hilltops, 70 in the valleys, winds from the southeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour.
Feeling the heat? Shopping is cool at Fabulous Finds. Everything you need for summer.
All right, thanks, Sam. Well, inside the Clintons' marriage, has someone cracked a code? How did the secret 20-year pact see them through, according to some authors?
Those shoes have you written all over them. Your favorite jeans can help put you in the groove. But do your glasses. At LensCrafters, find the glasses that really fit you and save 50% on all lenses when you buy any frame. It's the LensCrafters Summer Sale, an event that has you written all over it. LensCrafters, open your eyes.
It's time to feel free with Chase Freedom. Feel free to choose points for rewards like travel.
I'm free to do what I want.
Or feel free to choose cash back.
I'm free.
Then feel free to change back again.
In the old time.
Without losing a thing. That's freedom. That's Chase Freedom. Get it free at chase.com/freedom.
When you have a family, it's always a good time to buy.
It's a great move-up market.
In this market, there's a lot of options.
The interest rates are low. It didn't make sense for us to spend the same amount of money renting something when we could own it.
Working with a realtor took all the guesswork out.
This is the best market in years in terms of choice.
Interest rates are at historic lows. Home choices have increased and prices are favorable. Every market's different. Call a realtor today.
If we didn't buy now, we would have missed the opportunity on this home.
Yeah.
So this guy walks into a bar looking for a hitman. He's got the cash, the victim's photo, the address, everything, except he's not talking to a hitman. He's talking to the good guy. Read The Good Guy by #1 best-selling author Dean Koontz.
Go! Life with diabetes, it's about going for it. That's why my new Contour has all the stuff I need to get it done right in just 5 seconds.
The new Contour is the most complete meter yet, with results in just 5 seconds. So getting more just got easier. That's easy accuracy, answered by Bayer.
Now you can look like you spent 7 days on vacation while you fight 7 signs of aging. With new Olay Total Effects Touch of Sun, an anti-aging moisturizer and a touch of sunless tanner. Fighting aging just got sunnier.
Got too much on your plate to think about what should go on your plate? Drink Ensure, a source of complete balanced nutrition. So when you can't eat right, eat smart. Now Ensure has a new taste that's more delicious than ever.
Perfect kitchens or baths start at Endicott Lumber and Box. See over 2 dozen on display and more than 250 styles available, including legacy cabinets plus free design service. We'll show you a legacy kitchen with attractive finish, durable construction, and sensible layout. Legacy's attention for detail with lowest prices and writing guarantee. When you're building or remodeling, see how Endicott Lumber and Box delivers superior value. The more you know, the better we look. Endicott Lumber and Box, Wayne Street, 1 block off Watson Boulevard and Well.
Thursday, it's Sir Paul McCartney like you've never heard him before. And now, on the eve of the release of his most personal album ever, he talks exclusively to GMA. He's already changed music as we know it. Is he about to do it again? Don't miss ABC's Good Morning America, Thursday.
All right, we turn now to Hillary Clinton. Just as she seems to be cementing her position as the frontrunner, here comes Her Way, a book that's billed as being the first among literally dozens of other books about the Clintons to look at Hillary's Senate career. It's also billed as the book Hillary Clinton does not want you to read. To explain why, we have our authors here, Jeff Girth and Don Van Atta, former and current investigative reporters for the New York Times. Thank you both for coming. Let's deal with that little selling point there. This is the book Hillary would not want you to read. Why do you say that?
Well, she's has her own book that's come out, but this is a book that is the first and only book that's really looked at her record the last 7 years and her role as a senator and as a political leader. And of course, these are the qualifications people are looking at to judge her whether she should be president or not. And we, of course, look at her entire record, the things that she is proud of and the things she's not so proud of. And as investigative reporters, we shine a spotlight on some of the things that she's tucked away and doesn't want you to know about.
Both of you known as heavyweight investigative reporters. Let me ask you, Don, do you think you have the silver bullet in this book? Is this the book that derails the campaign?
Well, that's not the kind of book we intended to write. We really wanted to write a book that filled in the gaps that she left in her own book, Living History. When I read that book, I felt it raised a lot of questions in my mind, and that's what we set out to do. There's no silver bullet here, but certainly we say a lot of things in this book that you won't find on a list of her talking points.
The campaign said it is an Ambien substitute. They say the book is just a rehash. How do you respond to that, that your book is a sleeper? It's all been done before. You only needed a library card to report this out. Your response?
Well, the New York Times chose to put 8,000 words of our book on the cover of the Sunday magazine, and we feel that their news judgment is better than that of Senator Clinton's.
Add to it?
Yeah, no, I think that's right. There's a lot in this book about her Senate record, about her Iraq vote, about her stance on the environment, on energy. Those are things you can't find in the library. There's no book that's ever reported on her Senate career, and that's the record that she's now running on to become the next president of the United States.
And with that set up, Cuomo's next question goes right to the marriage, showing you how deep I am. There has been a lot of speculation about the marriage, and interestingly, in your book, you offer an explanation for maybe why Hillary stayed with Bill through all these things, Monica Gate and the like. A 20-year pact of ambition. Don, explain to me, what does that mean?
Before they exchanged their marriage vows in 1978 in Arkansas, they exchanged their political vows. They decided in the mid-70s, they were just in their 20s in Arkansas, that they were going to remake the Democratic Party, and within 20 years, Bill Clinton was going to be president of the United States. Now, this is an audacious kind of goal to set, and they went about and did it. And it's been the glue that's held their relationship together since.
Big charge, judging the marriage as something, you know, there's no other way to look at that allegation. The proof, in part, you use Taylor Branch, the famed historian, friend of the Clintons. He now says it's preposterous,
That's
Jeff.
not the source of the 20-year project. The source of the 20-year project is Leon Panetta, who was President Clinton's chief of staff in the mid-1990s. He heard this in a conversation with President Clinton in 1996 on Air Force One. The words, the 20-year project, and the description of it come from President Clinton himself, as recounted by Leon Panetta in an on-the-record interview, which has not been refuted. And by the way, we even have an additional source, all of which is spelled out in the book.
That you believe is fair to take as fact as opposed to a colorful characterization? Because it's a heavy charge to judge a marriage that way.
Sure. Look, no outsider can get inside somebody else's marriage, and we don't pretend to. But we do say that they did have this political pact that they forged. They were married, I think, in 1975. And before they were even married, they had this audacious plan. And Leon Panetta, in fact, the question that prompted the reply from the president was, why have you used Dick Morris all these years, the controversial political strategist? And Bill Clinton's answer was, in essence, well, we had this plan, we had to do what we had to do, we had to, you know, understand our enemies, and that's why we relied on Dick Morris.
All right, let's move to Iraq now, because obviously it's the big hinge in the campaign. A big question for Hillary. She voted for the war. How does she explain it? In the book, you take it apart, and last night in the debate, by the way, you know, it came up several different times. In the book, you make the case that she's tried to go both ways on this vote. Don, spell it out for me a little bit, what you think you unveil in here.
Well, the Iraq vote that she made, where she voted for the war authorization, has been a problem for her. As the war has gone south, she has had to backtrack from that position. And we show that she actually, in some places, carefully misrepresents some of the things that she said in 2002. For instance, she said there was a link between al-Qaeda and Saddam Hussein on the Senate floor. We point out that it's questionable and probably unlikely that she read the National Intelligence Estimate, which raised major doubts about whether there was any link between al-Qaeda and Saddam Hussein.
2 points for the sake of fairness here. In 2002, as early as 2002, she also said, Hillary also said that it was not clear that there was a link between Hussein and 9/11. And every senator running for president right now has said one way or the other that they didn't go through the National Intelligence Estimate. I mean, those are both fair points, aren't they?
Those are fair points, but she was the only Democratic senator who voted for the war, who went so far as to make some of the connections that overstated the intelligence. In many ways, she was more like George Bush and Dick Cheney in how she evaluated the intelligence. And therefore, if she didn't read the intelligence estimate, then she didn't do her homework. And she said last night that she was thoroughly briefed, but again, how thorough if she misstated the intelligence?
She says that, Hillary says that she met with different experts in the fields that put their intelligence into that report, so she was well briefed. But let's give a full flavor of the book this way. Somebody who reads the book, what conclusions can they draw about the type of president Hillary would be, Jeff?
Well, there are two Hillarys, and it depends upon which Hillary would be president. She's battle-tested, she's well-qualified. She certainly demonstrated last night how well-versed she is on a variety of issues. But when it comes to pitfalls in the road like Iraq or other areas like energy, she doesn't like to admit mistakes.
All right, let me cut you off there. Not because I don't agree with you or I don't like your book, but because we have to go to break.
Sure.
Thanks, Jeff, Don. Thank you for coming here. We'll be right back. The book, Her Way. Go to abcnews.com for more information. Thank you.
Road-proven Prius technology. Now in a Camry. Camry Hybrid from Toyota.
If kids love to eat healthy, you wouldn't need to start their day with the vitamins and nutrients in Florida orange juice. Healthy, pure and simple.
Don't hold back. Express yourself. Express yourself by asking your doctor about Botox Cosmetic. Yeah. Visit BotoxCosmetic.com. Get some of your toughest questions answered about the one, the only Botox Cosmetic. It's all about freedom of expression.
With kids, teens, pets, and husbands, ever wonder how you can keep your house clean? Call today about our $99 special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Hour after hour, non-narcotic Lunesta can give you the full night's sleep you've been looking for. To get a full 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep, talk to your doctor. Lunesta helps you fall asleep quickly, so take it right before bed. Be sure you have at least 8 hours to devote to sleep before becoming active. Until you know how you react to Lunesta, you should not drive or operate machinery. Do not take Lunesta with alcohol. Most sleep medicines carry some risk of dependency. Side effects may include unpleasant taste, headache, drowsiness, and dizziness. When you need a full night of peaceful sleep, leave the rest to Lunesta.
I know rheumatoid arthritis is painful, but I didn't know it could attack my joints.
Scientists believe that in moderate to severe RA, your immune system can cause serious damage.
But Enbrel enables me to fight progressive joint damage.
Enbrel works on your immune system to suppress inflammation, help relieve pain and fatigue, and keep joint damage from getting worse.
Enbrel gives me energy to do many of the things I love.
Because prescription Enbrel suppresses your immune system, it may lower your ability to fight infections, such as an open sore or the flu. So don't start it if you have one. Tell your doctor if you're prone to infection, if you've had hepatitis B, if you've been treated for heart failure, or if you experience persistent fever, bruising, bleeding, or paleness while on Enbrel. Serious, sometimes fatal events, including infections, lymphoma, nervous system, and blood disorders have occurred.
Ask your rheumatologist and envision your possibilities with Enbrel.
Coming up, the parents of Andrew Speaker and his in-laws. How do his in-laws really feel about their daughter's marriage to someone with this grave illness?
And also, come on down. He is priceless. We're talking about Bob Barker, going to go behind the scenes. His final bow is coming up, and what he has learned after 35 years as the king of game shows. What he's learned, he'll share it with us the next half hour. Come on back.
Why do you spritz? Because it's fun. Because it's tempting. Because it's just my thing. Introducing 4 new flavors of Wishbone Salad Spritzers. 4 new ways to spritz, just the way you like.
On DVD June 5th. Eddie Murphy.
Oh!
Eddie Murphy.
Bingo!
And Eddie Murphy.
Hey!
It's hysterically funny.
Don't adjust my seat!
Rated PG-13. Own the DVD June 5th.
Credit card debt, home repair, college tuition. With all your bills, where will you be when your adjustable rate mortgage increases, which could raise your monthly payments by as much as 30%? Call LendingTree before one thing does lead to another. Refinance now while rates are close to historic lows. With rates as low as 5.625% and APR of 5.989%, you can keep your home on solid ground. Call 1-800-555-TREE. LendingTree. When banks compete, you win.
Come on, Moose.
Your dog's one of a kind, like no other. And now you have the power to add up to 2 healthy years to his life. A groundbreaking 14-year study by Purina proves that puppy chow, then dog chow nutrition, fed properly over a lifetime, helps add up to 2 quality years with your dog. Long live your buddy. Long live your dog. Purina Puppy Chow and Purina Dog Chow.
I miss you already.
I know, baby, but this is goodbye, okay?
I wish you didn't have to go.
I'll be back.
What's that?
It's Orbit's telling me my flight's delayed. Guess we have more time.
I gotta get
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the duty-free shop. I'll call you.
Orbitz TLC gives you free updates to keep you a step ahead. Only at Orbitz.com.
It's time to catch up with Valerie again. Valerie, how do you like Jenny Craig's food?
Lunch. Maybe an enchilada.
Valerie.
Hold on, Kirsty. Chow mein. Lasagna.
Valerie, got a sec?
Just deciding. Jenny's plan has so many choices, it's easy for me to stick to. I lost 18 pounds in just 7 weeks.
That's great. You know, I lost 75 pounds.
Huh? I'm sorry, Kirsty. I wasn't listening.
I said...
Call 1-800-JENNY20 today and lose 20 pounds for $20 plus the cost of food.
Have you called Jenny yet?
Pizza!
Southern Tier Permacite, where quality doesn't cost, it pays. Visit them on Channel 989. St. Anthony's Italian Feast Days, June 8th, 9th, and 10th in Endicott. Italian foods and cafe, kids games, a chicken barbecue, and entertainment all weekend long. June 8th, 9th, and 10th in Endicott.
You're watching WIVT News Channel 34.
Good Morning America is brought to you by Orbitz.com, keeping you a step ahead.
The ideas are bigger and even more bizarre. The dreamers are more inspired and a little more insane.
Safe section of bottle is here.
You are crazy. George Foreman joins American Inventors. Season premiere Wednesday, 9/8 Central, only on ABC.
Cavaliers, Spurs. One is on the verge of cementing a dynasty.
This is News Channel 34 Daybreak.
Good morning, I'm Bill Cook. Thanks for joining us for this News Channel 34 Daybreak Update. The Cal Harris murder trial is scheduled to resume this morning, and before it adjourned for the weekend, there were more prosecution witnesses. Harris is accused of murdering his wife, Michelle, on September 11th, 2001. The big news: recorded testimony by the prosecution's most famous witness, blood spatter expert Dr. Henry Lee, could get thrown out by Judge Martin Smith. Last week at a trial in California, the judge in that case discredited Lee as a forensic blood expert for, quote, stealing evidence from a crime scene. Court was adjourned early, so the prosecution and defense could come to an agreement. Lee would either be recalled for testimony in person or the videotape would be played, but the jury would be informed of Lee's alleged criminal action. Warren Anderson has died at the age of 91. Binghamton State Senator from 1953 until 1988 and Senate Majority Leader for the last 15 of those years. According to his law firm Hinman, Howard & Cattell, Anderson died Friday afternoon at Wilson Hospital. Dave Golden was Anderson's colleague and friend and says Andy will be missed by all.
Obviously, we in this area owe a great deal to Senator Anderson because his legislative skills accomplished a great deal for the community.
And Samantha Hensel joins us now. And Samantha, it's a little cloudy outside. Rain is coming, I take it.
Exactly. We have some showers out there for today as the remnants of a tropical storm make their way across the region. So periods of showers and thunderstorms. 67 at the airport, 74 high today in the valleys. Mostly cloudy skies with some lingering showers overnight tonight. Lows dip down to about 59 along the hilltops, 56 in the valleys, and more showers and thunderstorms likely for tomorrow as our second low pressure system comes through. A high of 68, 70 and sunny on Wednesday. Hotter on Thursday, a high of about 80. A mix of sun and clouds. Some more scattered showers and thunderstorms on Friday, a high of 84. Humidity also a factor out there on Friday. Saturday and Sunday, sun and clouds with a few showers popping up. 75 on Saturday, 78 out there on Sunday. So over the next 2 days or so, temperatures pretty seasonable, but definitely need the umbrellas handy out there.
All right. Thank you, Samantha. And that does it for now. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, everybody.
Upholstery by Lillian August, on display at Ellis Brothers, downtown Binghamton.
How many people joined Visions last year? 10,000. Why? Low rates, lower fees, and maximum convenience. You can too. It's easy to do. Just put $25 in a Visions account and pay a $1 membership fee. Signing up is simple, and you can join at any office. Join and start saving every day at Visions.
At American Car Wash and Quick Lube, get our award-winning red, white, and blue car wash with any of our new 30-minute or less express detail services. We'll vacuum your interior, deep clean and shampoo your carpets, floor mats, and seats. Our express detailing will make the inside of your vehicle sparkle, and our complete polish and hand wax will restore that perfect showroom finish.
American Car Wash and Quick Lube. You come to the right place.
I wanted to move forward with my career, but without a degree, I was at a huge disadvantage. So I looked into Bryan & Stratton. I got my degree through their online program. If you can't come to class, the classes come to you. Anytime, anywhere. Plus, I had constant support from advisors who wanted me to succeed. Right away, I got to work in a great company with a salary to match. That's a greater degree of freedom.
Bryant & Stratton can help you get your degree in less than 2 years. Move ahead, make the call, or log on today.
Good Morning America continues with the man at the center of the international health scare, Andrew Speaker. This morning, his new bride with the latest on her husband's condition. Just how contagious is he? New details ahead. Plus, come on down, the king of game shows, Bob Barker, poised to say farewell this week to The Price is Right. You'll hear what he plans to do the morning after the spin of the wheel. And if you're desperate to get in shape, we've got tips from a desperate housewife, Marcia Cross, getting back in shape after giving birth to twins. Could her exercise tips tip the scales for you? Good.
Live from Times Square, this is Good Morning America with Diane Sawyer and Robin Roberts.
And we're so glad to have all of you with us in Out of the Rain this morning in New York City. Good Morning America, here with Robin Roberts. It's Monday, June 4th, 2007. And coming up in this half hour, you know, 1 in 7 couples faces the agonizing difficulty of fertility and infertility. Well, what if you could have a home test that could give you an answer, diagnose the problem, and do it in minutes? We're going to show you what it is. This is it. Right here, it tests both men and women, and more on that coming up.
At home test.
At home.
All right. Also, the always fascinating Ellen Barkin holding her own as a lone woman in an ocean of men in Ocean's 13, dishing on her co-stars Pitt, Clooney, Damon, Cheadle. And which one she says is the funniest of them all may not be who you're thinking about, so we'll have that. But first, Chris and the news again. Chris.
Robin, Diane, good morning again, everyone. Russian President Vladimir Putin is warning of retaliation, including possibly aiming nuclear weapons at Europe if the United States goes ahead with plans to build a missile defense system in the Czech Republic. The president will have to defuse this situation as he heads to Europe for the G8 summit. Democratic presidential hopefuls turned up the intensity at last night's debate in New Hampshire. John Edwards blasted Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama for not speaking out loudly and clearly enough against the war last month, even though Clinton and Obama voted against the war funding bill. A drug-dealing informant turned out to be a key player in stopping a homegrown terror plot to bomb fuel lines at JFK Airport. Authorities say the suspects believe the informant was sent by God to carry out the attack. A new at-home fertility test goes on sale today. The Fertel kit, which sells for about $100, can screen for problems in both women and men. With the details, Gigi Stone.
Fertility issues are believed to affect 1 in 7 couples in the United States, including Alba and Julio Garcia.
A year passed and I started getting like, something might be wrong here.
They tried to get pregnant for a whole year, but now couples can find out if they have fertility problems in a matter of minutes with a new at-home fertility screening test, the first to look at both a man and a woman's fertility. Fertel's kit includes a female test that can actually find a problem, detecting a hormone level measuring egg production. It's conducted much like an at-home pregnancy test and can be read in 30 minutes.
The FSH test that we do in our office, which is exactly what's in this test, is the first test that we look for when a woman comes for an evaluation.
The male test in the kit, with the results available in 80 minutes, measures the concentration of moving sperm, a key indicator of sperm health. But the couple's test won't catch every fertility problem.
This test is not a guarantee if you're fertile or not, but it is a great start.
The Garcias finally sought help from a fertility specialist, and now they have a brand new baby girl. But for them, this test would have been a godsend.
It will save me a year of not knowing that we had a problem.
For Good Morning America, Gigi Stone, ABC News, New York.
And finally, man's best friend is apparently smarter than even we thought he is. New research shows dogs are capable of imitating a behavior based on specific circumstances surrounding the action. This is the first time a study found such sophisticated reasoning in dogs. They can watch something and then decide whether or not to do it. There you go. That's the news at 8:04. It's now time for the weather. Sam Champion is at his local hangout, the ESPN Zone. Can't get him out of that place.
Hey, Chris! What do you mean by that? It's not the first time I've been in the zone. Hey, by the way, this is the GMA daddy-daughter shootout this morning, by the way. Folks have been up early this morning. We're in the second round of elimination. We're going to get into the semifinals and the finals. Robin, how do you like that? I got a chart. I'm reading the chart. It's a sports thing. We got real hardwood. Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Aunt Lucian.
All right. And your lovely daughter?
Anna.
Anna, how are you? You all set? You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. Next team over here, we're down to, sir?
Bob Fitzsimons.
All right. Bob, you're from?
Carmack, Long Island.
Carmack, all right. And your name?
Colleen.
All right, Colleen, you guys ready? Now, this is 60-second single round elimination. You guys are done when you're done, and then we take the count, and we know who moves, who advances, right? Okay, get ready to start. 3, 2, 1, boom. All right, now what they'll do, dads and daughters will keep shooting. We'll take the count there. Let's get to the boards. We'll show you exactly what it looks like outside our doors this morning. We've got one area of severe storms is going through Texas all the way through Houston again this morning, and Austin through Louisiana as well. Also, the heat's on in the southwest. Look at Palm Springs at 107 today, Phoenix at 107, Vegas at 105. You're in this realm of hot air for a good part of the west there. And again, toward the eastern seaboard, we watched that rain moving into the northeast this morning, making sloppy driving conditions all morning long. That's the weather around the nation. Here's what you can expect this morning.
For today, periods of showers and thunderstorms out there, high of 67 at the airport, 70 in the valleys. Overnight lows stay pretty mild, about 59 along the hilltops, 56 in the valleys. Some lingering showers still out there overnight tonight. More, in fact, for tomorrow with some showers and thunderstorms, high of 68, 70 and sunny on Wednesday. More sunshine and 80 on Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms on Friday, 84. Mid to upper 70s on Saturday and Sunday with a few showers.
Call me. I'm Jackie Goldberger, so I can take you from this to this, so I can thank you like this.
Good. Now the winner here, when we get down, we'll go to the game in San Antonio. It's all expenses paid game. Daddy-daughter shootout this morning. Diane, Robin?
All right. Thanks to you, Sam. Well, no, now we have more from the parents and in-laws of Andrew Speaker, the tuberculosis patient who flew back from Europe on a passenger plane defying a CDC instruction. The CDC website reminds everyone that TB does not spread like the flu. You can't get it by touching a chair or by eating utensils. And they say even kissing does not spread the disease. So as we turn to the parents this morning, something new. They said that after Andrew had his x-ray in January, which showed some problem, the doctors at first, for several weeks, thought it was cancer, before confirming later that it was a virulent kind of TB. Again, we turn to Ted and Cheryl Speaker and to the in-laws. They are Dr. Robert and Jenny Cooksey. When you hear it is extreme drug resistance, Dr. Cooksey, does this strike a terrible blow in your heart when you hear that distinction?
Of course it does. Of course it does. With my academic knowledge, TB, to be told that your new son-in-law has XDR TB, it does strike a blow.
Your daughter is with someone who has a potentially infectious disease, contagious.
As far as I'm concerned, he was our son at that point.
Yes, he's our
son. He was engaged to our daughter.
We couldn't ask for a finer son.
And we couldn't have been happier to have anybody as
and still are happy.
As a son as Andrew. And so at that point, it was a family thing.
But you must have had some fear. Some fear that she might also...
He kept reassuring us. He kept reassuring me. It's going to be okay. He is going to be fine. We are going to treat this. He's a healthy young man, and he is going to be fine. He has reassured me for the last 3 months, and I'm still counting on that. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
It is.
He's going to be fine.
He's going to be fine.
He's going to be fine.
He's in good hands.
He's in good hands.
So you've all been tested?
All Absolutely.
Tested. Everyone we know that has been tested, it's all negative.
Negative.
We work together, practicing law, every day, at night, weekends, negative.
Can it still surface, though? It can still surface even in any one of you.
We'll be followed for some period of time. They'll retest us. And I think at some point they will determine that we're basically in the clear.
We heard Sarah say that she hasn't kissed him since the wedding.
No.
But she did before.
Do you really think that she hasn't kissed him at all? Do you really think so?
I don't either.
Is kissing a problem?
I don't think so.
And in fact, kissing is not considered a significant mode of transmission. Coughing is, but so far, Andrew has no symptoms. He doesn't cough.
I know this is the toughest possible question, but she should turn up positive for this. How are you going to feel?
I don't think that's possible. If by some miraculous way she did, I think the treatment in Denver will work as well with her as it is for Andrew. I'm not worried. And I'm not worried about my grandchild either.
And if people out there hear you say that and think, she's in denial.
I'm not in denial. How can I be in denial? I teach school.
Have you said to her, be careful? Don't take a chance here.
Well, he said that.
The hatred. The hatred that has been...
You read the emails? Do you hear what people are saying out there?
They're the most horrendous.
Putting himself before other people's lives.
The
Some people
hatred
say that.
towards...
Other people don't.
How do people at the CDC treat you now?
I will be the first to admit there is a little tension there, but they seem to be very understanding and very supportive.
Your colleagues?
My colleagues. I'm actually a contented employee. Even though I've been there 32 years, I look forward to a happy retirement.
At this point, we're joined by Andrew's sister, Kim, who has heard and read the attacks on her brother.
The only thing I can say is I'm so disappointed because as we've learned more and more about Andrew's diagnosis, the danger to Andrew has increased. Not to me, not to anyone else, not to anyone sitting here, anyone around him, but the danger to Andrew has increased, and that's a very scary thing.
And from his mother, a hope for prayers.
Help him to get well. Help him to get well. And then, you know, he too, when they find drugs that will work now, this too will be a higher purpose for other people because they don't know. They don't know. He's an experiment to them. And so that's tough.
And finally, we're joined by the woman who's been the object of so much speculation, Sarah, Andrew's wife, who has just come in from Denver.
I did just leave him. Treatment has begun, and I think he got that first IV, and it kind of, the magnitude of it weighed a little bit on him that this is something that is going to be part of our lives for a while. That being said, he's gotten a few sputum tests there in Denver, and they're all coming back negative. And in fact, the doctor Daly today told us that in the usual case, if you have 3 negative sputum tests, they actually let you kind of walk around and go outside and get some fresh light. And because of all the media, I don't know that we're going to be able to do that just yet.
Can I say something about this young lady? I had a conversation with her, and I told her about the perils that she would be facing here. And I told her possibly sickness, possibly be a horrible life for her, nurse, etc., all the pain and the suffering and the stress. And I asked her, are you positive, absolutely 100% sure that you want to get married? You can delay this thing. Nobody would say anything. So if you want to delay it, now's the time. She said, absolutely not. I love him. No matter what happens, I want to be with him. I don't care if it's for a day, a month, a year, or 50 years.
And by the way, Sarah said that she wants to thank everybody who sent word of forgiveness and of support. Also, the CDC has announced an inquiry into the case, saying that they will also look at Dr. Cooksey's involvement as part of an overall review, though he's not in an investigative spotlight. Next, come on down, Bob Barker's final farewell.
Daisy, daisy, light and dreamy, dip it with chips, it's extra creamy. Spoon it, swirl it, mash it, savor it, dollop on top, it's a family favorite. Do, 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 do a dollop of Daisy. Do, 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 do a dollop. Daisy goes with food and fun. Give a dollop to everyone. Do, 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 do a dollop of Daisy. Do, 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 do a
Snoozed your bus again. The boss is not going to be happy.
He's already got enough on his mind.
Yeah, and I'm still not sleeping.
No, you don't say.
We just want you back.
Listen, Chief.
Doug.
Whatever. It's time to call your doctor.
But if I need a prescription, I don't want to get hooked.
No worries. There's something different.
Let's go. I need a latte.
When you can't sleep, you can't dream. That's why there's Roserum, the first and only prescription sleep aid that in clinical studies shows no potential for abuse or dependence. That means you can take it as long as you need it and stop when you don't. Your doctor can explain why Roserum is so different. Don't take Roserum if you're taking Luvox, fluvoxamine, or have severe liver problems. Avoid taking it with alcohol. Don't drive or operate machinery until you know how you'll react to Roserum. Roserum may affect some hormones. Consult your doctor about how this may affect you, or if your insomnia doesn't improve. Take Roserum right before bed. Side effects may include drowsiness, fatigue, and dizziness.
Sorry I'm late. Haven't been sleeping.
Tell me about it.
For me?
No. It's time to ask your doctor about Roserum.
Need something? To find it locally, you need yellowpages.com.
Does it have 270 horsepower? Fuel-efficient CVT technology. And faster 0 to 60 than Accord, Camry, and Acura TL. Performance once reserved for the few is now available to everyone. Yep, it's that good. The next generation Nissan Altima is here.
New Minute Maid Multivitamin Orange Juice. Enjoy the pure goodness of nature, enhanced with 16 vitamins and minerals, all to help keep healthy bodies healthy. Minute Maid. There's goodness in every minute.
We need space.
We'd like something with a little atmosphere.
At Remax.com, you can see all the listings in thousands of cities and towns. Visit Remax.com today.
How to steal $500 million in 3.5 minutes.
Can't be done. We don't have the manpower, time, or weight. So who's going to be our super high roller? Oh, the nose plays. And the nose does play. Nose plays.
Ocean's 13, rated PG-13, starts June 8th.
Hello?
Do you think my husband will like this?
Will your husband like a picture so crisp he can count the stitches on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball?
Okay.
Nah, he won't like it. He'll love it, and he'll love you. Get this, and you might just get a shiny surprise from over there.
Really?
Yeah, nothing says I love you to a man like high definition. Nothing.
All the best electronics, TVs, digital cameras, portable DVD players, and more. Kmart.
And now Bob Barker signing off The Price is Right. He's been a fixture on daytime TV for, well, just about as long as there's been TV, a half-century on air. Deborah Roberts spent time with this TV icon. So envious, so envious.
He is delightful, Robin. He has racked up tons of awards and even made his movie debut. Arguably, he is more popular than ever, but he says that makes it the perfect time to exit. They've hugged him, kissed him, even tossed him in the air. Unbridled joy over that new car or exotic vacation, when the price was right, of course. But now the man who shared those thrills for more than 3 decades is calling it quits. So are you really ready to say goodbye to all of this?
I am really not ready to say goodbye to it. No, I'm really not. But I'm 83 now, and so I think it's a good time to say goodbye because I want to leave them wanting more.
Barker's first game show was the 1950s hit Truth or Consequences.
Nice to have you aboard.
In TV land, where careers end in a blip, Bob Barker's has spanned an unbelievable 50 years, 35 of them on The Price is Right.
Come on down! You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
What is it about prices and guessing prices that just so captivates people even still today?
Well, it is a powerful premise. When we bring something out for the contestants to bid on, at home they're thinking, oh, that's too high, or that's too low, or that's good bid. But whatever they're thinking, they're becoming involved.
All right, let's go.
His cross-generational appeal may have been cemented by a cameo in the 1990s hit film Happy Gilmore.
Some of your die-hard fans are college students.
Oh, absolutely. They tell me that they schedule their classes so they can watch The Price is Right.
So, I mean, if you had to name a couple of your most enduring memories of this program.
The most talked about incident you probably have already heard about, the tube time.
I saw that.
Oh, you did?
I was at home, of course, I saw that.
She came on down and they came on out.
The iconic and now very wealthy Barker grew up humbly on an Indian reservation in South Dakota, the son of a widowed school teacher. In 1945, he married high school sweetheart Dorothy Jo Gideon.
How much of an influence was she in who you became?
A tremendous influence. I had been working in a radio station, and I finally got the opportunity to do an audience participation show. Dorothy Jo heard it. When I got home, she said, "That's what you should do." If I have had any successes, she shares them.
It's been a long time since she passed.
1981, October 19th, 1981.
But yet you never remarried.
No, no. I never had any inclination to remarry. She was my wife.
Dorothy Jo was the inspiration, too, for Barker's lifelong commitment to animals.
She was ahead of her time. She really was. She stopped wearing fur coats before anyone was stopping. She became a vegetarian before people would become vegetarian. And I gradually did the same thing with her.
What is it that you've learned about people over the years?
I have learned that they don't change. Years ago, I didn't have contestants with pierced tongues. These things have changed hugely. But inside, people have remained the same, I think. They still laugh at the same sort of things.
After all those years, what do most fans, including this one, long to do? Spin that wheel, of course.
Have you thought about that day after the last day of taping?
Oh, I have.
What will you do that morning?
Well, that's it. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to realize that I don't have a show. And I probably, I may pull the covers over my head and just stay there.
My favorite moment as a journalist, I spun the wheel.
It was heavy?
No, but I didn't win.
Oh, boy. I'm envious. We'll be back. I can't believe you did that.
I know.
Coming up, Good Morning America's Losing the Baby Weight, brought to you by Propel Fitness Water.
Hello? Can you hear me?
A family bucket of chicken.
Do I look happy, Emerson? Do I look happy? Pushing down on me. I need those family parties. Knowing what this world is about. Watching someone else scream, let me out. This is ourselves.
Fit has a feeling and a water. Propel, the fitness water.
Hey, honey.
Hey.
Is the refrigerator okay?
Fridge is fine.
Oh, well, okay. The dryer, how's the dryer?
Yeah, it's all good.
So the Maytag repairman?
Fixing the cable.
Nice. Oh, can you also take a look at the garage door?
The Maytag Ice 2.0. Ice and water through the door and strong box hinges. Now that's a Maytag.
Tell me about it.
Come on, come with me.
Critics are stoked about Surf's Up.
And who could blame us?
It's hysterical.
That is funny.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
4 stars.
It's huge, man.
I know.
2 thumbs up for the coolest movie of the summer.
So crazy.
It's a real winner.
Tank's not a winner.
He's a dirty trash can full of poop.
Surf's Up, or as the natives call it,
Mondo Kudo Pungu.
Friday. Rated PG.
Feet not ready for sandals? Get there with new Olay Thermal Pedicure. It heats up with water and polishes away dry skin for sandal-ready feet in 1 week. New Olay Thermal Pedicure.
Your adjustable rate mortgage is increasing, which could raise your monthly payments by as much as 30%. Keep your home on solid ground. Refinance now. Rates are as low as 5.625% with an APR of 5.989%. Call 1-800-555-TREE now.
Cold sores, I hate how they feel and look. I just want them gone. So I think fast and think Abreva. Other products claim to soothe. Abreva speeds healing, penetrating deep to help heal cold sores from the inside out. Think fast. Think Abreva.
wonders of nature home. Valspar, the beauty goes on. It feels better to be out in the open. Philips Open MRI Scanner. Simplicity is all of the details of a closed MRI and none of the confinement. Philips Open MRI.
This is News Channel 34 Daybreak.
Good morning. Welcome to this News Channel 34 Daybreak Update. I'm Bill Cook. Today is Monday, June 4th. Warren Anderson has died at the age of 91. He was Binghamton State Senator from 1953 until 1988 and Senate Majority Leader for the last 15 of those years. According to his law firm Hinman, Howard & Cattell, Anderson died Friday afternoon at Wilson Hospital. Dave Golden was Anderson's colleague and friend and says Andy will be missed by all.
Obviously, we in this area owe a great deal to Senator Anderson because his legislative skills accomplished a great deal for the community.
And a partner of Levine, Golden, and Thompson and Vestal has become president of the nation's largest bar association. Catherine Madigan of Binghamton is the new president of the 72,000-member New York State Bar Association. Madigan brings 28 years of experience to the presidency.
Well, my theme for the year is leadership through service, because I found in my practice that many lawyers are drawn to the profession because of the desire to serve not only the courts, the public, but our communities.
The Kyle Harris murder trial is scheduled to resume this morning, and before it adjourned for the weekend, there were more prosecution witnesses. Harris is accused of murdering his wife, Michelle, on September 11, 2001. The big news, recorded testimony by the prosecution's most famous witness, blood spatter expert Dr. Henry Lee, could get thrown out by Judge Martin Smith. Last week at a trial in California, the judge in that case discredited Lee as a forensic blood expert for, quote, stealing evidence from a crime scene. Court was adjourned early so the prosecution and defense could come to an agreement. Lee would either be recalled for testimony in person or the videotape would be played, but the jury would be informed of Lee's alleged criminal action. The Young Women's Christian Association, or YWCA, on Hawley Street in Binghamton is looking better than ever. All 6 floors of the building have been redone and refreshed. New hardwood floors, light fixtures, and paint are all part of a year's effort to help give women who come to the Y a better living situation. And coming up, we'll check Samantha Hensel's Storm Team forecast. You're watching News Channel 34 at Daybreak.
Tables and mirrors by LaBarge on display at Ellis Brothers, downtown Binghamton.
Since 1948, one financial services firm has provided the Southern Tier with independent advice. I'm Greg Lesko, CEO of Lesko Financial Services, which my grandfather founded and father and uncle expanded through their experience and knowledge advising many people in our area. Today, Lesko Financial is helping over 6,000 families send their children to college and enjoy a financially secure retirement. Call us. Meet with one of our 15 experienced financial advisors.
The tradition continues. Lesko listens.
As a full-time working wife and mother, I didn't have time to worry about glasses or contacts. Acuity Laser Eye and Vision Center and Dr. Stephen Vale changed my life.
I've worn contacts for years. When I got home from work at night, I couldn't wait to take them out. Thanks to Dr. Stephen Vale and Acuity, I see better than ever without glasses or contacts.
I'm Dr. Stephen Vale. Why go anywhere else? For clearer vision, make Acuity your choice.
Call today for a free consultation with our LASIK counselors.
Hi, I'm Tom Nazanoba from Warehouse Carpet Outlets, inviting you to join thousands of people from all over the Northeast at the biggest floor covering event of the year, our 30th annual Manufacturers Rebate Sale. We've teamed up with America's leading manufacturers to bring you instant rebates on flooring throughout your home. The more you buy, the more you save, and you'll have no payments and no interest for 1 full year. Warehouse Carpet Outlet's 30th annual Manufacturers Rebate Sale, going on now at all 3 locations in Johnson City, Ithaca, and Elmira.
Welcome back, everybody. Samantha Hensel joins us now. A little cloudy outside.
Yes, we have the remnants of a tropical storm actually making their way across the region, so some scattered showers out there for today, maybe even a few thunderstorms. 67 degrees for a high at the airport, 70 in the valleys. Overnight lows stay pretty comfortable, about 59 at the airport, 56 in the valleys. Mostly cloudy skies, still even some lingering showers out there overnight tonight. And our second low pressure system moves in for tomorrow with, of course, some scattered showers and thunderstorms. A high of 68 for tomorrow, 70 and sunny on Wednesday. Warming up very quickly by the end of the work week. We're calling for a mix of sun and clouds on Thursday and a high of about 80. Some more showers and thunderstorms for Friday as a cold front moves through. 84 and humid on that day. Behind that system, mid to upper 70s for the weekend. A mix of sun and clouds, maybe a few sprinkles popping up on the weekend as well. So for today, definitely kind of dismal out there.
All right. Thank you very much, Samantha. And that does it for now. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, everybody.
Just love the sports music we've been having. Hoop the daddies and the little girls got game. But which duo will win the second annual ESPN Daddy-Daughter Shootout and get an all-expense-paid trip to the opening game of the NBA Finals in San Antonio? They're taking on Cleveland in the finals. It is down to the wire, and Sam is there in the mayhem, and will reveal the winner later on in this half hour.
They're just shooting like mad. They just keep it going, right?
On the line.
Right on the line. Good morning, America. Once again, Diane Sawyer here. And coming up as well, Ellen Barkin, the sole woman in an ocean of men. That would be Brad, George, Matt, Don. Who made her laugh the most? And what's her #1 beauty secret? You're going to learn it right here, so don't go anywhere.
All right, and you don't want to go anywhere because how do you lose that baby weight? Well, we just asked Desperate Housewife and new mom, Marcia Cross, a new mom 2 times over with her twins. She's on a mission to get back in shape before she goes back to work. And this morning, she invites us into her home to show us her game plan. And her trainers are here, swimming icon Diana Nyad, racquetball star Bonnie Stahl. I like how Bonnie is taking the easy route out and making Diana do the real work. But there are tips for the woman who's just, they say they're too busy to hit the gym. You know, that's all the space you need. That you keep going, girls.
Really?
Keep going. That's all the space that you need to get a good workout.
Those 2 things?
That's it. That's the chicken leg. The chicken. Yeah.
Okay, but let's start out with Sam over at the ESPN Zone with the shootout.
Good morning, Diane, Robin. It has been such a fun morning here at the second annual GMA Daddy-Daughter Shootout. Now, they've been shooting all morning, but now here's what they win. The winning team will come out with an all-expense-paid trip to the NBA Finals, the first game against the Cavaliers and the Spurs. Now, ladies, you've been shooting all morning long. How did it feel this morning?
Yeah, it was fun. Okay. Feel a little tired.
A little tired? Because you guys got up at what, about 4 to get here?
Yeah, we had to get up at 4:30, take the train in here, but it was worth it.
Now, here's what surprised me is that you guys really aren't that competitive. You're cheering each other on. What's up with that?
We're from the same school. White Plains High School.
All right, that's what it is. Let's get to the boards. We'll show you exactly what it looks like. Outside our doors this morning as you make your move for the Monday morning commute. LA's about 74 degrees. Things look pretty good on the western coast. We do have a brand new cold front working into the northwest. It's going to drop those temperatures in a lot of areas and maybe kick up 1 or 2 stronger storms. San Antonio all the way to New Orleans. It looks like coastal Alabama as well involved in some of these storms. The southeast actually dries out a little bit after a wet weekend, and now that rain has moved up into the New York City, Boston, Hartford area for the day today. As we look during the day tomorrow, that strong to severe storms also likely again in Colorado and northwestern Texas. That is the weather around the nation. Here's what you can expect this morning.
For today, expect periods of showers and thunderstorms, a high of about 67 along the hilltops, 70 in the valleys, winds from the southeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour.
Local news and the Storm Team forecast just a click away at newschannel34.com.
The crowd for the big Daddy-Daughter Shootout. That weather was brought to you by Phillips, and we'll have the finals, the big shootout coming up. Chris?
All right, thank you, Sam. Let's talk about Ellen Barkin now. She is truly an ageless beauty. At 53 years old, she is redefining bombshell. Now she's in the new Ocean's 13, more than holding her own. Critics are calling it the best Ocean's yet. So this movie is probably a silver lining for the actress whose past year has been clouded by a bitter divorce from billionaire Ron Perlman. But I have to tell you, the lady has still got that smile. Now, this may not be an appropriate way to start the interview, but I'm having a little bit of a tough time stopping looking at the pictures of you in this Black Book magazine. This is like high on the hubba-hubba scale.
Kid, don't I look like that right now?
You look even better.
No.
That's what I was shocked, is that I'm looking at this. You look amazing in these photographs. Now, I'm not the first to say that to you, to be sure.
It's called airbrushing.
It is not at all. It says right here, not airbrushed. Gorgeous pictures for anyone at any age, any stage. Any secret that you would like to impart to our decidedly female audience?
I sleep about 10 hours a night.
Every night, 10 hours? I wish I were
9
you.
or 10, but I don't have your job.
You say you're now single. You've had a very interesting / tough year. Here's one thing I do need to know. Do you miss the jewelry? You sold a lot of jewelry. Do you miss it?
No.
You don't miss it at all?
No.
Why not? Women are supposed to love it. You're supposed to say, it's not worried about the money, it's about the feel, it's about the look. No? You don't miss any of it?
No.
This latest work for you, Ocean's 13, were you flattered to be included in this motley ensemble that they have in that movie?
Yeah, it was horrible. Yes, I was extremely flattered.
Comfortable in the company of all men?
All men?
You know, all the men in the cast.
Those men.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, extremely.
Is it tough to pretend to be attracted to an actor who's not attractive, like Matt Damon? I mean, he looks like my foot, that guy. Is that
all of them. Matt and Brad and George and Don.
Nice,
and
smart, good acters.
Oh, not so smart.
Not so smart either, right? I was being polite. Ugly,
unattractive,
untalented.
Untalented, and no big world vision, you know, selfish.
And it's okay to take a shot at them. You know why? Because I want to play Diane is talking to them, and she brings up something funny that you said about how it was nice to be with all these guys. I hadn't slept with any of them. And I want you to hear what they said in response.
Oh,
Let's play that. Yes, because we're all about fair and balanced. Go ahead, play the clip.
So happy to be invited into this movie, so happy to be part of your party, and mostly so happy she hadn't slept with any of you.
This is true. That is a lie. She got a little drunk last night.
Accusations of inebriation, accusations of philandering. I don't know. You know, I'm an attorney. I can't represent
Philandering.
you.
I'm single. George Clooney
That's true.
Clooney is
Okay,
single. There's no
Is that an
philandering.
admission?
No.
All right, good. Because
But the rest of the cast was definitely, they were philandering with me.
The scene with Damon, very interesting. Tell me a little bit about it to tee it up.
I guess what's interesting about it in terms of the series of movies, it's usually Brad that they would send in to get the girl, but this is Matt's coming of age, and he feels he's capable of doing it. Exactly what kind of real estate did you say that Mr. Wang was involved in?
Look, he owns all the air south of Beijing.
The air?
Put it to you this way. Try building something larger than 3 stories in the Tianjin province. See if his name comes up in your database there.
Fun doing that scene with him, young Damon?
Yes, fun doing every scene with him. He was he's hilarious. He could be the funniest of the group.
You know, we've heard that now.
Yeah.
He could be the funniest.
He could be the funniest. I mean, it's tight, and George would hate. Don't hate me, George, please. He would hate that I said this, but he could have just sailed past George in this one, I'm not sure.
Now, how about what comes next, work-wise? Do you think you have what it takes to play Diane someday?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'd have to work on the overt sexuality.
Overt, like painfully sometimes.
Yeah, because mine, I'm a little more discreet.
Right.
She's like so out there about it.
Right.
But I'm too old to play Diane.
You are too old.
That's
by
right.
about half, which is a little scary.
Because...
But it is acting.
How would I do it?
I'm so happy you took the time to do this for us.
My pleasure.
Going to pay for that Diane crack. All this week, the stars of Ocean's 13. Oh, I feel it coming. Quickly, they're all here on GMA. Matt Damon, have to go to break, Look at her. See, very sexy. There it is with the rose in the mouth. This is what we see that you don't get to see, but now you get to see it. When we come back, Marcia Cross, she knows something about getting in shape. Her trainers will help remove those marks from my neck.
Now we'll go to the lower belly, so we're going to bring our knees up.
Companies claim to be the best, but at Century 21 Cibar & Wells, we sell value. One of the reasons we can say that is because our agents are the best trained in the industry with an in-house career development director. With mortgage, title, and legal under one roof, we've been able to close real estate transactions in as quickly as 14 days. Stop in, pick up our brochure, Why Choose Century 21 Cibar & Wells, and learn why more value for you is not just a slogan, it's the way we do business.
Century 21 Cibar & Wells.
important message for New York homeowners. Up to $25,000 of improvement and repair funds have now been made available through the Homeowners Resource Center. If your family income falls below $50,000, you may qualify for new windows, siding, roofing, or a new heating system. Even pay off credit cards and other high-interest debt, and possibly lower your monthly bills. Up to $25,000 in home improvement and repair funds could be waiting for you. Call the Homeowners Resource Center now.
What will you do with your energy today? Will you simply expend it? Or will you use it to make a difference? Invest it in ways that will help generations to come. The people of Citgo have invested our energy in ways that may surprise you. For generations, we've been using our energy to do good in communities across the U.S. Citgo, there at every turn.
Only at Olam's, a mega mat for sale of the best names in the business. Sealing and Comfort Solutions by King Coil, Jacqueline Smith, Posturepedic, Natural Response Bedding, and more. All priced to move. Save 20, 30, up to 50% off every set. These prices will crush the competition, with queen sets as low as $3.99. There's absolutely nothing to pay for 1 full year, plus free local delivery, setup, and removal. Get a great night's sleep and more for your money. Come home to Olam's.
Is there a strange wife in your house? Ex got you down in the dumps? Kids driving you batty? It must be Monday. ABC Tonight with your summer self-help survival guide.
Yeah.
Wife Swap.
All hands on deck now!
An all-new Ex-Wives Club.
I'm over you.
And Super Nanny.
I'm coming.
Monday doesn't have to feel like Monday anymore. It all starts tonight at 8/7 Central, only on ABC.
This is one award show so hot, it's caliente. With Mario Lopez, Rosario Dawson, Andy Garcia, Terrence Howard, Jessica Alba, and performances by Prince and Beyonce. Eva Longoria hosts the 2007 Alma Awards, Tuesday at 9/8 Central, only on ABC.
Hurricane season is here, and so is Good Morning America. Sam Champion. First, with vital alerts and travel warnings. First, wherever storms rage. First, with the nation's most in-depth, most experienced weather reporting, period. Sam Champion. Right in the center of it all. Right as wild weather threatens the summer, GMA is here.
Of course, we all want to be fit, feel good about ourselves, but as busy women, it often feels like time is not on our side to do that. So if you're too busy to hit the gym, but have a few extra pounds you'd like to shed, but more importantly, you just want to be feeling better about yourself, but if you've gained a little weight, especially after having that baby, there's a workout that is tailor-made for you. Just ask desperate housewife and new mom Marcia Cross. She just gave birth to adorable twins, baby girls, and now she's under the gun to get back in shape before heading back to work. And we got an inside look at her lose the baby weight game plan.
Bree. Oh, wow. Hello, ladies.
America knows Marcia Cross as Bree, the always perfect housewife. And the stunning actress is one of Hollywood's most beautiful stars. So naturally, when Cross was pregnant with twin baby girls, her body changed along with her food habits. Oh, those pesky cravings.
I was eating for two, but really I craved basically very nutritional foods. I really didn't have, I mean, I would have loved a few more vanilla milkshakes, but I knew that on the other side of it, you know, that I wouldn't want to have to, you know, just spend months and months and months losing it. I still topped 190, so I was eating a lot.
Right, Joe? Health and fitness have always been a part of her life.
I really love, and it's important to me to be physically fit, and so I'm really enjoying the process of slowly watching my strength come back, watching the scale go down.
So Marcia has been working out with these two women, longtime friends, Bonnie Stahl and Diana Nyad of Brava Body, racing against the clock to get back in tip-top shape before filming starts. She's due back on the set July 10th.
She's still got a pooch of a stomach because it's going to take a while to get that.
It's okay.
I can say that, right?
Real life, yeah.
It's real life.
I was on bed rest, so working back the strength in my arms and my legs and my stomach especially, and my aerobic strength as well.
Cross says the added incentive of being in front of the cameras isn't her only motivation.
You know, I actually do feel pressure to be back, you know, looking the way I did before I left, but I don't think it's just for TV. I would feel that way regardless, because I just want to be at my best, and maybe I wouldn't worry about being quite so thin because the camera, you know, adds those pounds. I don't want to lose my fitness. I'm 45, I have 2 babies, I've got a long way to go, and there's no magic bullet.
And the women who helped Marcia Cross get back in shape, they want to help you. Diana Nyad is a world record-holding long-distance swimmer. You swam from like the Bahamas to Florida.
You know, my mother always said, I can get you a plane ticket. You don't have to swim over there.
100 miles that you swam.
102.5, Robin.
But who's
100's
counting?
easy.
I know,
and
you're still counting. And Bonnie Stahl. I've known you for many, many years, Bonnie, and I never knew you're a racquetball extraordinaire, a world-class racquetball player. Now they have a new exercise program called Brava Body. It is designed to help busy women get in great shape. Brava Body. It is gold. It is gold.
Thanks.
It was hard to get you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, this is about, well, let's talk about this a little bit, Diana, because this is about women in the prime of their life. They're busy. They don't have a lot of time, but they still know that they want to take care of themselves.
Well, that's it. And, you know, it's not that we are, you know, millions of women around the country aren't involved in cosmetics and looking our best in our jeans when we go out at night. Look at Marcia. She's a red carpet lady. But
Robin.
Look, excuse me. Excuse me. Look at you, girl. But the point is, we're now in our middle age. Bonnie and I are in our 50s, not our 40s. I'm in my upper 50s, honey. And we're talking about, we're not getting in shape for the bikini for the summer. We want to be confident. We want to enjoy this planet. We want to be competent and put that water bottle in the kitchen by ourselves and not run and get the guy next door. And so Brava Body is all about Brava for you. Get ready. We're going to be where our parents are now, like that.
And so to be able to chase those grandkids when the time comes.
Making this the prime of your life.
Making this look
We don't want to look back and say, oh, my 30s, my 40s, it's now.
And we've often said, you know, when you look at Marcia, and yes, she's able to have a nutritionist, she's able to have trainers and this, that, and the other. Most people are like, hey, I can't have all that. But it comes down to the basic things, and not having, you don't need a trainer, right, Bonnie? You don't
You don't need anything except a very small space. You don't even need sneakers. I'm going to take them off.
Okay.
You don't need socks.
Okay.
All you need is a small space.
You don't even need equipment.
All right. Well, show us a few of the a few of the exercises that you're talking about.
We'll start with triceps. Most women our age, I don't know about you, you're built very lean, but it's the back of the arm. You start getting the flab in the back of the arm. Can you hear that, audience?
Okay.
Yeah. So we just bend over. Don't need dumbbells. Bend right over. We call these chicken wings.
Keep the elbows above your back.
Keep your elbows straight and lock back here.
That's it.
Can you feel that tricep?
Yeah.
You don't need a weight. Feel that?
I do.
Pretend there's a weight in your arm.
Intention. Really rock it out and feel the burn.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, you really do feel the tension.
So we're talking about you get in your hotel room, you get in your apartment night, maybe you belong to a gym, you don't feel like going. You know?
And you'll get the cardio done in this workout also.
Okay.
You'll get the cardio
Let's show that. If you're in a hotel, you want a little bit of hygiene.
Just put a towel down. You don't need a mat.
Now we're going to do a series of squat thrusts. First, simple. We've got to
just watch.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
We'll just both watch.
No,
go ahead. Get me a coffee, would you? All right.
Let's see.
Bonnie, first one. Down. Step back, step back, step back, step back, and in. Now, a little difficult. Down and run in place. Like you do about 50 of these, the heart rate's going up.
Cardio up.
Now, we're going a little more difficult. Down, hop back. It's easy for me, isn't it?
Sure.
Down, negative push up on the ground, hop up and up. And now the most difficult, down. We're going to do a full push up. Hop back, full push up. Now we got people doing like 20 of those in a row.
Are you guys tired?
Okay. Yeah, you're looking good.
So that's a cardio that you get.
That's
You
the
get the
cardio.
cardio in between everything, and it really is for everybody.
People feel like I need an expensive treadmill, a big elliptical machine. Honestly, the body is simple. You know, all these marketing bells and whistles, you don't need any of them. It's just the body. Yeah.
Hey, Bonnie, Diana, thank you very much.
Thank you. You're a doll.
I know
Thank
this
you,
is a
sweetie
cause for you all because you really want to help active women do what they need to do to be confident and confident. So thanks so much. And Brava Body is the name of the DVD. It's a 20-minute program and also a 40-minute program. But if you want to know how, we want to know how you lost your baby weight. You know, like Marcia Cross did, she shared it with us. So share it with us on abcnews.com. Back to Sam at the ESPN Zone. He's working it out, shooting some free throws, mamas, daddies and daughters when we come back.
This portion of Good Morning America is brought to you by Propel Fitness Water, lightly flavored and vitamin charged.
Southern Tier Permacite, where quality doesn't cost, it pays. Visit them on channel 989.
1 in 7 Americans do not have health insurance, including millions of New Yorkers. If they get sick or injured, we all pay for their medical care. It's time that every person is covered. Affordable health insurance for all of us. It's simply the right thing to do.
So you're hurt in a car wreck, and you call the insurance company. You know what happens next? Nothing. Hurt in a car accident, make something good happen. Call us. We're Alexander and Catalano.
Alexander and Catalano, we're all you need. Call 1-800-LAW-1333.
So you're hurt in a car wreck, and you call the insurance company for a check. You know when you're going to get it? Never. Hurt in a car wreck, get answers fast. Call us. We're Alexander and Catalano.
Alexander and Catalano, we're all you need. Call 1-800-LAW-1333.
St. Anthony's Italian Feast Days, June 8th, 9th, and 10th in Endicott. Italian Foods and Cafe, kids games, a chicken barbecue, and entertainment all weekend long. June 8th, 9th, and 10th in Endicott.
The Laser Eye Center of the Southern Tier introduces blade-free all-laser LASIK, the safest, most accurate LASIK available. Third-generation ophthalmologist Dr. Daniel Sambursky has performed thousands of LASIK procedures and offers the only completely blade-free procedure in all of upstate New York and northeastern PA. Call the Laser Eye Center of the Southern Tier for your free in-office evaluation. To learn more, visit LASIKdoctors.com. Your world in focus with LASIK.
You're watching WIVT News Channel 34.
Tonight, why are cancer patients desperate for a cure being denied a revolutionary new treatment with so much promise?
Why in the world can't I have the choice to try this drug?
Tonight, the startling answers on World News with Charles Gibson.
It's what you've been waiting for, the finals of the GMA Daddy-Daughter Shootout. They'll not only get a trip to the first game in the NBA Finals, but they'll get this trophy. If it wasn't a trophy, could we do that? All right, so here's our teams. Here's our finalists. Ron and Sarah Stelzer and Frank and Christine Conroy. We got 30 seconds on the clock, 60 seconds on the clock. Okay, go. Now, here's what we do. At the top of the board here, you're looking at the yellow side. Each dad gets a score, each daughter gets a score, and then we add them together. 60 seconds, they control their clock, so each one of them, it's not really against anybody. You're just kind of playing against yourself. You find that spot, you get your arm going in the same place, you just keep firing them in, firing them in, firing them in. We got real hardwood right here at the ESPN zone. Second annual, 10, 22, 18, 10. Wow. Sarah, you are really working. Sarah, go. That's good. She's 24. Dad's at 14, 26. Frank, you're also doing good. You're up at 26 here. How we doing? Keep going. All right. This is it. It's for the entire trip. We're getting close to the end. All right, we got one team over, all teams over. Look at the score, 22-36, 32-24. Here we go. Frank and Christine Conroy, our winners. Congratulations. Christine, how hard was it?
It was okay. It was not that bad.
How's the arm? How's the shoulder?
They're good.
All right. And working on the hardwood. Any knee injuries?
No, I'm good.
All right, sir.
Yeah, I'm fine. My daughter carried me again.
Actually, she did, because I'm telling you, she had that rapid fire. She was going right in. Now, you guys are actually going to game one of the finals on the Spurs and the Cavaliers. And if you can't make it, or if you didn't win, you can see it right here on ABC. It's Thursday night. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the San Antonio Spurs. I love the sports thing, Robin. More GMA when we come right back. Thank you.
Forward with my career, but without a degree, I was at a huge disadvantage. So I looked into Bryan and Stratton. I got my degree through their online program. If you can't come to class, the classes come to you. Anytime, anywhere. Plus, I had constant support from advisors who wanted me to succeed. Right away, I got to work in a great company with a salary to match. That's a greater degree of freedom.
Bryant and Stratton can help you get your degree in less than 2 years. Move ahead, make the call, or log on today.
It can happen anytime, anywhere, to anyone.
Really?
You can save money on car insurance anytime.
I called at 3 a.m.
There's nothing to it.
New customers saved an average of $339 last year.
Got a house and car discount.
And we saved even more.
They saved me a lot of money. Good, because you owe me 20 bucks.
It's easy. Just call a State Farm agent's office 24/7.
Like a good neighbor?
State Farm is there.
In Johnson City, call State Farm agent John Paulin.
Best professors around. They don't think of you just as a number. They're very interpersonal.
I learned a lot here. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about just life in general.
It was a bunch of international students getting together and we became best buds.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great experience. Meeting a lot of people, a lot of the social activities, and just the experience overall.
And with the concurrence of the SUNY Board of Trustees, I confer upon you, Darwin Wales, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
I'm humble and pleased that this is a great institution, and I'm glad to have had some part in seeing it formed and seeing it successful.
Come to the place where beauty begins, Nick's Hair Design. Join Nick's Hair Design for an open house Monday, June 4th from 4 to 8 p.m. Meet the experienced staff, see demonstrations, or get a consultation. Mini treatments will also be available for just $5 each, with proceeds benefiting the American Cancer Society. Refreshments and drawings for pampering services will also be available, and that's only the beginning. Nick's Hair Design, the place where beauty begins. Open house Monday, June 4th from 4 to 8 p.m. 3208 Watson Boulevard, Endwell.
Good Morning America is brought to you by beautiful, durable Valspar paint. Valspar, the beauty goes on.
And who's going to be on tomorrow? Chris Cuomo. Quick.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, well done. And to Sam Champion and everybody of the great shooting team over.
Today, live on The View, Wayne Brady plus a performance by Neo. It's must-view TV.
Critics are calling it very real, very relevant. It's first-class summer entertainment. 4 stars. Wives gets a medal. An addictive new series. A fresh and engaging drama comes to Lifetime. Army Wives. New episodes every Sunday at 10.
Monday on Live, just hours after being crowned the most beautiful woman on earth, the new Miss Universe comes to Regis and Kelly. Plus, wait till you see what Tyler Perry is doing to TV. Next, Regis and Kelly.
Monday morning at 9 on News Channel 34. This is News Channel 34 Daybreak.
Good morning, I'm Bill Cook. Thank you for joining us for this News Channel 34 Daybreak Update. The Cal Harris murder trial is scheduled to resume this morning, and before it adjourned for the weekend, there were more prosecution witnesses. Harris is accused of murdering his wife, Michelle, on September 11th, 2001. The big news, recorded testimony by the prosecution's most famous witness, blood spatter expert Dr. Henry Lee, could get thrown out by Judge Martin Smith. Last week at a trial in California, the judge in that case discredited Lee as a forensic blood expert for, quote, stealing evidence from a crime scene. Court was adjourned early so the prosecution and defense could come to an agreement. Lee would either be recalled for testimony in person or the videotape would be played, but the jury would be informed of Lee's alleged criminal action. Warren Anderson has died at the age of 91. He was Binghamton's state senator from 1953 until 1988. And Senate Majority Leader for the last 15 of those years. According to his law firm Hinman, Howard & Cattell, Anderson died Friday afternoon at Wilson Hospital. Dave Golden was Anderson's colleague and friend and says Andy will be missed by all.
Obviously, we in this area owe a great deal to Senator Anderson because his legislative skills accomplished a great deal for the community.
The Young Women's Christian Association, or YWCA, on Hawley Street in Binghamton is looking better than ever. All 6 floors of the building have been redone and refurnished. New hardwood floors, light fixtures, and paint are all part of a year's effort to help give women who can't come to the Y a better living situation. And that does it for now. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, everybody.
decorative pieces by Habersham on display at Ellis Brothers, downtown Binghamton.
The Learning Center at St. Anthony of Padua offers a variety of programs including preschool, summer camp, before after school care, vacation care, snow day care, and a TLC Mommy and Me program. Summer camp runs daily from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. The preschool program is offered September through June and serves children ages 3 to 5 years old with full and half-day classes, as well as an abbreviated half-day class which meets from 9 to 11:30 a.m. Call 748-5184. That's 748-5184 to learn more today. St. Anthony's, the Learning Center.
It's Olam's anniversary, and we're celebrating with great deals and great gifts for you. Purchase a FlexSteel sofa and chair, get a Tiffany lamp, get free groceries with a refrigerator, range, or dining room purchase. Free detergent is yours with a new washer or dishwasher. And with any HD TV, get a free Toshiba DVD player and 4 months Time Warner DVR service free. There's nothing to pay for up to 12 months, plus anniversary savings and gifts for you. Come home to Olam's.